Hey there, Moxie.
Hi, Mayo. Did you miss me?
I did miss you. From the last 4, what is it? 5? Yeah.
It just keeps going
Whatever.
and going. It's great.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it's a new day.
It is a new day.
And I was checking out your nails.
Thank you.
And I was seeing the color of it.
Thank you.
The color was it's really cool. What color is that anyway?
All right, so I was given this as a gift from my fabulous friend Tam Tam, and I believe the nail polish is from Northampton. It was a really cool bottle. First of all, I have to say that because I was like, "Ooh, I don't want to open it." It's cool.
It's kind of a weird, different color.
However, the name of it, varicose veins. That's right. Varicose veins are on my fingers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Varicose veins?
Varicose veins. You know, the purpley color.
Yes, that's true.
Don't pretend like you don't know.
Oh, I see. I don't have any, but I have seen some under the skin, but not my own.
Well, we're not going to talk about it then. If you don't have any, neither do I.
Okay, perfect. That's great.
But this is the color.
That's awesome. How long have you been doing nails or like coloring your nails?
So I think when I was little, I've been doing my nails. That, of course, not these colors back in the day.
Yes.
But and my mom didn't wear lots of. My mom wasn't a makeup person or a nail color person, so it was my cousin who was my babysitter, who was actually a hairstylist. Hi, Lori.
Yeah.
My favorite babysitter of all time, because I was always like, let's do our hair, let's do our nails, let's do our hair, let's do our nails. And for girls, that was great until one day my brother's like, I want to play. And we're like, I'll put makeup on you. No, I want to do somebody's hair and makeup.
This brings us to our topip, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I went right into that.
I know, right. But we're going there.
We are going there.
And the topic is?
You're bringing up. How were you raised? How were you brought up?
How were you brought up?
Let's talk like
how are you brought up?
I can speak here.
Yeah, I know.
And
me either.
It's all right. That's what keeps us real.
It is. We're real. We're real talk. It's real talk here.
So my brother wanted a chance. He wanted a chance. And then it became, which sister gets the professional?
Okay.
Which sister gets the brother?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, not fun times. Not fun times.
Right.
My brother didn't do a very good job, but I think it was on purpose. I really do. But so my makeup and my hair was actually something that was done with my cousin as her being a hairdresser and a person who did hair and makeup for events and all that.
Yeah.
My mom was a product of, the 60s. So if she did wear makeup, come on, ladies, and guys, too. The blue eyeshadow.
Yes.
Like blue. Like
very blue.
Like all the way up blue.
Like continuing to wear the blue.
Yeah, with curly hair.
Yesterday.
Yes.
I can picture it.
So that was my, and she did some rouge, which I was like, what's rouge?
Uh-huh.
What is rouge?
The reddish.
Yeah, rouge was like this.
Red rouge.
Sticky stuff, sort of.
Yeah.
And rouge is the color, but you mean blush? You mean blush? Why are you calling it rouge? I mean, there could be other names for it, but that's generational.
Yeah.
Right? That's generational makeup terms.
Right.
Excuse me. So there was that. I mean, it went as far as picking out clothes and I mean, did you go to a store and did your mom just come home with clothing?
Yeah, she used to come home with clothing.
You never got to pick out.
And then I went to go pick out my own.
Yeah.
Yes, as I got older.
We always got to pick out clothes.
I can't really. There must be a transition in there. I can't really remember when that all happened. That's kind of. You know what I'm saying?
There has to be. There definitely has to be that space where you decide, I don't know how to tell you this, but I really don't like anything you've ever picked out for me.
Yeah.
And I'm my own person. I'm a goth girl.
Yes.
All those floral prints you've been making me wear.
Yeah, well, I had the corduroys, blue corduroys.
Corduroys are cool.
Yeah.
Not the blue.
Yeah, I had blue, I had brown.
Brown are cool.
She just got me the brown ones.
Did you have to wear those?
I mean,
the polyester shiny jackets.
Yes. And the shirts, and then the striped with that. Wouldn't, yeah, I don't
It's
know.
in.
They're,
See if you
they're
want
in
to.
again.
You should wear them.
I should.
You'd be like, they might call you vintage, but you can say, don't hate the real thing.
I'll figure out where to get them.
Do you have any in your closet?
I don't think so.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I got rid of all that stuff.
There are 90s clothing in my closet.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, you know what? We're going to start a fashion thing, and then
We should do
we can wear them.
So part of my upbringing was saving things.
Mm-hmm.
How many people
Oh, I say some stuff.
have saved bows,
Yes.
saved boxes,
Mm-hmm.
saved bags, saved ribbon? Come on. Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Pack wrecker.
yeah, all those type of things. I save things like rocks, flashlights. I don't really know.
That's hilarious.
My stuff is eclectic, but my family always saved all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So when I moved into my grandmother's house, it was like, what is in this bag? Oh, it's more bags.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You never know when you're going to need a rock.
Hey, listen.
Never know.
Pet rocks were a thing.
Yes,
okay?
they were.
Apparently now you can still sell them.
Yeah.
Okay. A rock.
$1.99
A rock.
for a rock with eyes on it.
Any of you never have a hammer around and you want to put something up?
Mm-hmm.
A rock can be a hammer.
That's true.
Okay.
But
I learned from my dad
you're
and
gonna
my
chip it.
upbringing.
You're gonna chip
there's
it.
more than one way to skin a cat. And so I was like, all right, however it's got to be done. So rocks have been used many a time to hang up things in my house.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's been a lot of people are raised to figure it out and get it done.
Yeah.
Just figure it out and get it done. So now, if anybody were come in my house and have to take things off my walls, you will discover that I used several containers of thumbtacks. Thumbtacks only. There's no nails. There's no tack nails. Yes, I know what a tack nail is. I do. But there's just something.
The push pins.
Listen.
Push pins so you can push them in and then you can pull them out.
No,
not the actual
not
tack.
my walls. Not
the
my
flat
walls.
ones.
Everybody who has horsehair plaster can relate.
Uh-huh.
Or wood. The rocks I used many times for years to hammer the thumbtack in.
Yeah.
But sometimes the top of the thumbtack would break.
Yes.
And I'd have to get a new thumbtack. Now, you ask yourself, why don't I just get myself some tack nails and a hammer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Because you thought in your mind it was easier at one point to do it this way.
I just figured that's what I had, and I wanted it done right then and right now.
Yeah.
And if I had to walk and look, I might not do it.
Okay. Because you might get distracted and it starts another project.
I might. I mean,
right? Because we've all done it.
I mean, I watched my parents do house projects, and they generally got done pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there were all those Bob Vila do-it-yourself things.
Of course.
That's right. I just dated myself.
Bob Vila.
Bob Vila.
Good old Bob.
So I got to watch my parents do their own repairs on the house and stuff. Like, I didn't see many people come in and do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else was? Oh, I'm just trying to go through some fun things like that real quick.
Right.
And then my music upbringing, I grew up on Time Life music.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever genre Time Life had for a collection.
Same here.
My mother bought. So we had jukebox collection.
Yes.
Saw Cop.
I remember that.
We had some 70s, I call it elevator music because I am not a fan of that.
Right. I remember that. You just triggered a memory.
Yeah. Knock 3 times on the ceiling.
It was different. Yeah, different genres of music you would get. And then you get the mixed one.
Yes.
It was all different.
Correct. There's Jukebox Gold and Time Life favorites. And then there was the Christmas one. I love it. But my sister and I would always kind of steal them because we enjoyed them ourselves. My dad was into country music, I think.
A lot of people were.
Yeah, well, that's because at my family's camp, the only 8-tracks at the camp. For those of you that don't know what an 8-track is, it's a very thick, big square music cassette tape like thing that you used. And the 8-track was usually country music for them. So
I'm having a psychic moment right now. Yeah, I am, because I was just going to bring up the 8-track thing.
Oh.
And because you mentioned the country, and that the first thing that came to my mind was the 8-track, and then you mentioned it.
Or maybe I am psychic thinking your thoughts and took it out of your
Probably
brain.
you are, because that's why it's Mayo and Moxie. That's why we're on this together. Anyway,
But
I had to bring it up.
My rock music came from my brother.
Yeah.
You know, my brother was listening to Boston and AC/DC, and my favorite album to say was, "Are you listening to Primus Sailing the Seas of Cheese?" I just wanted to be like, "Are you sailing the seas of cheese? And what does it sound like?" and then my own music, I was very into U2 was my big thing, but we were a big music household in our lives. My grandparents, I grew up on jazz in Dixieland with my grandparents during cocktail hour. So I think that music shapes us on our upbringing. Like,
absolutely,
as long as it's being played at your house. Was music played at your house?
Yeah, that's why I became a DJ.
Good.
For years, for over 30 years. Weddings, parties, special occasions, radio over 30 years. So I know.
You were probably listening to records.
It's like I have to. Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind?
I was listening to records, the K-Tel versions.
Okay.
You know, they have all the different, variety on there, just like the jukebox ones. But I do remember getting the 8-tracks, and then it went to cassettes.
Okay.
After that.
But what played at your house when you went home as a kid? Was there music on?
Not really.
Really?
Yeah. No, it wasn't. I can't remember really the radio being on. The TV was on. It was a big thing.
Okay.
With TV.
Okay, so let's say the car. What was playing in the car?
In the car was, of course, one of the local radio stations.
Sure.
And then, but it would just be the top hits. Top hits, whatever it was back then, which I know so much music. It's
was
just
it
so
Casey
weird.
Kasem? Yeah. Was he around that long?
No, it wasn't. No.
Casey
Kasem didn't come around yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, like in the 70s or something. In the 70s he came around, not the 60s.
If you don't know who the man is, you must look him up. He has a very unique voice for radio and always did the top countdowns.
Yeah, if you're new to this thing.
But and another favorite upbringing, if you remember as a child, was you knew when somebody was baking.
Mm-hmm. You could smell the cookies.
Even if it wasn't your own house, in the neighborhood.
Right.
You could smell those cookies, or I can smell banana bread for days. For days.
That's absolutely correct. You're like 100,000% correct.
Oh, now that I think about it, I don't know why I never went to a windowsill and stole a pie and blamed it on a bear.
That's like in the... I was going to say, just like the cartoons.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Oops.
But I miss that because, to be honest, I don't smell... Besides smokers, come on, everybody smells a smoker nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't smell that baked goodness anymore.
Unless you're like right on top of a restaurant.
Right, or near a bakery.
Yeah, but not at someone's residence.
In your upbringing, did you go to the neighbor's house and ask for a cup of sugar if you were out?
Yes.
Same.
Yeah.
Would you ask your neighbors for a cup of sugar today?
No.
Me either.
And times have changed, and because you don't know, you never thought back then. I mean, times have changed in what we thinking, but not. They could have spit in it then, and they could have spit in it now. Whatever.
So what? We weren't allergic
example.
to spit then, but we are now.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. But we don't recognize that. But they're our neighbors, and we trust them.
Right.
We trust them back then. Right.
Right. I think social media gives us access to people that we don't know. Mm-hmm. So then we're able to research them.
Yeah.
So if there's something we don't care for, we're not going to do that.
Right.
So like, I know people know me and there are stuff they may not like. So, or they judge you based on how you used to be. And I've heard this. I got to get out of here.
Yes.
After I've talked to somebody.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I heard that, right?
Yeah.
What did I do to you? Apparently, I am so annoying. And that's part of why I don't ask.
Yeah.
And anybody for anything that I'm not close to, because people talk like that behind your back. So we didn't get to, we may have had that before, but social media pokes that out more at us.
Yes.
So, people may be saying stuff, but we don't get to know about it. So I need that egg, because I want to make those cookies that I want all of you to smell. And then once I get that egg, I will share my said cookies with you. Give me that cup of sugar. I will give you a cookie.
I didn't really bake them, but I ate them.
You ate them.
I ate them.
you were the kids sniffing them out.
I did.
Did you have an older person in your neighborhood that made cookies? So did we.
Yes, we did. Yeah, and then some, like, the parents would make them too, and so
that brings me to this.
Yeah.
If you have somebody in your neighborhood today that bakes cookies or baked goods and lets you or your children have some, could you please send us a message?
That'd be great.
I really am curious if there's anybody out there in today's world that bakes and gives them out to people, because that lady down the hill would always let us have baked goods.
That was the greatest.
Oh, now you have to pay for it.
I can just picture the smell.
Now there's an emoji for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, can we get one? That'd be great. May find it on mayoandmoxie.com.
Yes.
Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Right.
Coming soon.
Yeah, I was I was into music so much that I always wanted to be a DJ. And so, but then I got into, like, dancing.
Okay.
And I became, like, I saw Flashdance.
Oh, okay.
And I saw they did the moonwalk there.
Okay.
And then, like, with this little umbrella thing. And I don't know if you've seen Flashdance before, but vaguely.
I think I've seen parts.
Yeah, there's a lot of dancing stuff going on in there. So that's what kind of inspired me. And then I kind of did, like, the moonwalk, and I would do illusion dancing and kind of some break dancing, floor work, but more like upper body stuff and popping and locking and all that stuff.
Nice.
And we used to go around and put the cardboard down, and we used to dance at some different dance studios, and which is, I want to mention one person.
Sure.
Dawn's School of Dance. She was awesome. Dawn Morin. Hi, Dawn. I know you're listening.
Dawn.
She's a member of us on Mayo and Moxie, so I just want to let you know.
Hi, Dawn.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Great.
And you can meet her someday. But anyway, we used to dance a lot, and she was part of that dance group that we always had going around. We would pass the hat, make money. And then, so that's that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So you were brought up, your upbringing was dance classes.
Yeah.
That's great.
Well, I created my own. I created my own dance classes, but I helped out with Dawn.
Nice.
And then, but I self-taught.
Okay.
Pretty much from videos.
I would say music on TV for me, it was Footloose.
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Footloose was a big one that I remember watching as a kid and being like, I want to do that in a barn.
The secret dance party.
The secret dance party.
Shh.
Oh, I gave it away.
That's it. It's over.
No, don't watch it now. Now we got to put in, there will be a ruining of a movie during the showing of Mayo and Moxie.
And we may have a party someday.
I think we should.
We're going to have a Mayo and Moxie party. And everyone's invited.
Everybody's invited. Absolutely, we should. Yep. There's definitely things to come. Things to come.
Yeah.
I have to say, one of my favorite things about being a child was what my parents decided we could do for vacations or fun in the summertime. I know a lot of people used to go away to Florida and do the Disney thing or whatnot, but we didn't have a lot of money and we were a big family. So it was, what do we get to do? Yeah. And so we would go to the beach. Beach trips were huge for a small getaway, or we'd camp at a beach, which didn't cost a lot. Camping doesn't cost a lot.
No, it doesn't.
So we would
Very
do
cheap.
camping. I'm going to do a plug.
Okay.
treefarmcampground.com in Springfield, Vermont.
Perfect. Awesome.
Camping was fantastic. And beaches. I loved beaches. So we did that, but we couldn't always do that. So my parents got a pool. So instead of going away, it would be pool. We would be in a pool, and friends would come over and play in the pool, and cookouts would happen around the pool. Yeah. So it was a matter of what can you do with a big family that you can't afford a lot. Like, what were your summers like and vacations? Did you go on vacation?
We didn't go on vacation much. I
No.
just went with some friends, went camping. I went fishing. I just don't remember doing much as a kid because I was always into music.
Okay.
No, just,
You were the first starting
Yeah.
of the staying inside kids.
yeah, probably. No, I did go out and do
Yeah.
a lot. Yeah, I'd always be outside doing something.
Absolutely. All the
You
time.
know, playing different games like chase in the dark.
I remember
trying to find people.
Yes, chase in the
Chase,
dark.
Yes.
Ah,
I'll
chase
do
in the
that
dark.
until one of my friends, we were chasing her, and she ended up because in the dark she ran right into a rose bush. I felt so bad. A rose bush.
out
She's
of
like,
all
all of a sudden you hear, ow, ow, ow. It's like,
girl.
oh my God. Her name was Lisa.
Poor girl.
I remember. I'll never forget it. And so we kind of helped her and pulled her out really slowly because everything's sticking to you. Picture it. That gotta hurt. It was a whole like.
I can picture it
was
because
a
there's
whole-
also those
what do you call
bramble
'em?
bushes.
Yeah.
That almost the same thing.
Yeah. It was like on like what do you call them? Like a truffle or something.
Oh, the trestles.
Trestle. Yeah, truffle.
Truffle. That's like an oil
I'm
mushroom.
hungry. A chocolate truffle.
Ooh, don't talk about chocolate.
I
now.
won't. All right, this isn't about chocolate.
No, it isn't. It's about
All right,
about the trestle.
but- yeah, we're almost running out of time. By
Oh,
the way.
we are. So
Yeah,
before
so-
we run out of time,
Yeah.
I would like to say that now that we're videoing, that we have a fantastic addition to our team.
Yes, we do.
And that is David Herrera from Bowtie Studios out of Shelburne. Yay!
Thank you, David.
Thank you for
David's
coming
in
to
the
our
background,
family.
just shaking his head. We'll talk to him soon.
Sure, we're pretending.
You know. Yeah.
But does a fantastic job
yeah.
and
Appreciate it.
does so much with his own recording.
Yeah.
He's also a very talented musician.
Yeah, I hear
Musician.
that. Yes.
So a great addition to the team. So with that being said,
Mm-hmm.
it will now be doing video because we've been asked, where's the video?
yeah.
Why can't we see
Well,
your,
we do audio and
your
video
face?
because we're
So,
real, and you can
we're
see our
real.
face. You know what we look like.
We're real.
You know what? Listen for a change. You don't have to watch everything.
You know, you shouldn't be watching while you're driving,
Yeah,
okay? Hands
okay,
free,
right.
okay?
But you
Keep
can-
your eyes on the road.
I know, but you can. I mean, what's the difference? You're looking at somebody, you're turning your head and looking at them. You're not paying attention. You're not like you're watching.
Listen,
right
we
at
might do
it.
we
You
might do
though.
something,
We'll do something on
entertaining
there.
like drink,
Yeah.
use a pen. You know? You never know.
Right.
You never know. But when we get guests, it will be more
Yeah, we will have special guests.
we will be having special guests.
Yep.
We will be working on an Instagram and TikToks of our very own.
Can't wait.
So we would like people to spread the word so that we can grow there. And we mentioned a party possibly.
Yes,
So things are to come. Things are to come.
absolutely. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And as always, it's a pleasure to see you, Mayo.
Oh, you too, Moxie.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, you have a good one.
You
We'll talk
too.
to you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.